Ollie's third season with the Huskies was certainly not as good as his second when he led UConn to a national championship in 2004. The team's offensive production was down in 2015, and they lost 7 more games than that of last season. The man to my left, Mr. Vin Parisi, spoke to Ollie recently. Take a listen.
You know, it's interesting to hear head coaches' views on themselves when the season is over. What did you learn about yourself that maybe you didn't know after last year's national championship run?
I mean, I learned a lot about myself. You know, to be resilient. I never had, we had 3 buzzer beaters that went against us. You know, Yale game, Texas game, Memphis game, all one possession, and we needed a stop, and we couldn't get that stop. Temple game, Daniel Hamilton has 3 free throws, and we down by 2, and he misses the first 2. You know, you go back into that coaching office, and we call it the bunker back in the Gamble, and now we got the situation room, where we go up to the situation room, we like, what could I did better? You know, and it's always a chase. You know, I'm always a hunter. You know, I'm never a prey, I'm a predator. I'm going to go out there and chase every day, no matter if I'm feeling bad, no matter if I'm feeling good. Like I say, this is my refuge. And when I come here and I get to see these guys on the baseline and I get to push them to another level, that's when I'm at my happiest. That's when I'm in my zone. And, you know, just to be around these guys, and we could lose 10 in a row, win 10, lose 10 in a row, win 10. But when I'm with these guys, it's something that happens inside of me. And that's a special, special feeling. And, you know, that's what I've learned, just to fight through it, because good and bad happens, you know, but if you fight through it, it always take care of itself at the end. And, you know, I've learned that, you know, throughout my career, being cut, being traded, and now to learn it in my coaching career, you know, year 3 being at the pinnacle and now not making a tournament, what you going to do? You put your head down, you keep working. That's what you're going to do. That's what you did your whole life. And that's what I try to teach my guys.
So you lose Shabazz Napier last season. You lose Ryan Boatwright this year. What can we expect from you guys on the perimeter now moving forward?
Yeah, we lost Kimber the year before that. That's so, right. Yeah, it's been like, well, y'all need to stay here a little longer. But, you know, of course, you know, with UConn, success comes. And, you know, they ultimately, that's what we breed them to go to that next level and be successful. Ryan is going to do the same thing. I think he's going to follow in the footsteps of those 2 and go out and have a great NBA career. Now it's the new guys that comes in. You know, the Rodney Purvises. That leadership role has to step up more. The expectations have to step up more. And, you know, I just tell him, and, you know, I was texting with him the other day. We having our extras meeting. I'm like, you got to play with an uncontrollable rage. And it can't just be in the games. It got to be in the workouts that you have. It has to be when you come out here for individual work. They got to see it every day that your will to win and your competitiveness is going to take over. And if they see that, they're going to fall right in line. And, you know, I put that on him. I put that on Daniel. We got a great lead guard coming in named Jalen Adams that was great at Brewster Prep Academy this year. He's going to come in and give us some power in the backcourt. Great athlete, shooter, scorer. So I'm looking forward to coaching these guys. But we don't want those guys to be the Kimbers and the Shabazz. We want those guys to be the Rodney Purvises. I want this guy to be the Jalen Adams, but also learn from what they did. You know, mistakes, you know, negative and positive, learn, and also create your own path so people can look at your path and say, man, that's how you be successful at the University of Connecticut, and not just on the basketball court, in the classroom, too, as a student athlete.
Great job, Vincent. That was fabulous.
Thank you. Vincent.
Yes, absolutely.
Vincent.
I'm going to start with Tariq first here. What do you think that he took away most from this season with all these ups and downs?
Yeah, I think you heard him highlight some of his key guys, and Rodney Purvis is one of the guys who was a core part of this backcourt. And I think, you know, the way he ended this season, averaging 17 points in the conference tournament, it's got to be a carryover to next season, because the beginning of this year, he struggled with confidence. He didn't get into a rhythm, and that really hurt the team. team because they needed him to be that scorer. So I look for him to be a key catalyst going into next year.
I think it's about the potential of the roster moving forward. I think because of Boatwright this year, we talked a lot, and a lot of pressure was on the club about the championship season a year ago. I think looking ahead, Amita Brima, Daniel Hamilton, he has two of the top returners in the league.
Well, he lost Shabazz. Now he's going to lose Ryan Boatwright. What are his biggest challenges ahead for next year?
You know, I think it's managing expectations. I really do. I think the fact that he won a championship so early in his career at UConn, he's going to be compared. He's going to be in the same conversations with the most elite coaches in the game. And he took over for a Hall of Famer, Jim Calhoun, but he raised the bar, Tariq, for this program.
He did, and that's why he's so good. His ability to connect with his players, his ability to motivate and get guys fired up and locked into the moment. I think one of his biggest individual challenges is to get his freshman point guard, Jalen Adams, up to speed from day one and carry that leadership role from the point guard position.
Okay, now Kevin Ollie has gotten a lot of help this season from a youthful 1-2 punch in Daniel Hamilton and Rodney Purvis. Both have contributed 10 or more points per game. Purvis definitely fit in after transferring from NC State. What impact did Hamilton and Purvis bring to this team, Tariq?
Well, Hamilton, to me, is one of the best versatile swingmen in the country, and I think his ability to play that point forward position makes him a hard matchup. He can do a lot of things with the ball offensively. Nice pull-up, gets to the rim. 6'7", I think his best asset is his ability to score and make his teammates better. So he's a guy that's got to get better as a sophomore and be a leader.
Well, Tariq talked earlier about the health situation. I thought if Rodney Purvis remained healthy the entire year, we would have saw even more from the transfer that Kevin Ollie brought in. Second leading scorer in the team at 11.6. He added another perimeter threat out there to help Ryan Boatwright. The only thing I want to see Purvis improve upon, and talking with Kevin Ollie up in stores last week, half of his shot attempts are threes. He's 37% from downtown, but 53% from the free throw line. So, you know, he has a goal for each guy to work on this offseason. I think big things out of Purvis next year.
You speak of good health. Well, one guy, after coming off of season shoulder surgery, Amita Brima, how much did he progress this season, you think?
Well, when I spent time with Coach Ollie in the offseason, he said Brima was their most improved player going into last year, and you could see it. Offensively, he was a much different player than he was as a freshman, attacking the rim and a better touch with the confidence 5 feet in it.
Yeah, and listen, he got better, 68% from the field. He took smarter shots this year, and you know he's going to have high percentage looks. But at the end of the day, what makes Amita Brima special is the defensive end. The AAC Defensive Player of the Year, 121 blocks on the season.